Hi, everyone. It's Meredith, your evolutionary astrologer. And today I have decided to do some review content, some easy content, and some just content that you can take with me in the car or walk me around the block with your dog. This is going to be a really fun series. So I'm going to talk about the pitfalls of falling in love with each sign. And today we're going to discover the pitfalls, the pain, the agony, and the suffering. Why is it difficult to fall in love with an Aries? And then hopefully, this will intrigue you into listening to how you can rectify and remedy your struggles with an Aries. So I am focusing on the shadow side. So if you are an Aries or if you're involved with an Aries, sun, moon, or rising, or Aries and Mars, or a bunch of planets in the first house, sun, moon, Mars, Venus, you need to listen to this video. So some of this is a little bit in jest. I love my Aries. There's plenty of virtues. And if you guys want the virtuous video series, I can do that too. But I think a lot of people get hung up on the problems that come with each sign. So let's dive in. This is going to be easy. And this is going to be a little shorter, quicker, faster video for you all. It would be great review material for my advanced students, and I love you to pieces. We're still going to do really advanced content, but you don't need a chart for this. You don't need to look at anything in your chart. You just need to know, are you involved with somebody who has planets in the first house or has their big three in Aries or has a Venus or Mars in Aries? Now, if you have outer planets in Aries, this probably won't manifest in the same way. But there can be fiery heartache with loving this ram. And falling in love, just by its nature, is risky business. And when you mix it with Aries, now it is like mind bogglingly exhausting and exhilarating at the same time. So if you like being exhausted and exhilarated, go for a ride on your Aries. Yeah. Um, and I feel like this being the first sign of the zodiac, it's ruled by Mars, it's cardinal, it's the boss of the first house. You are in for a roller coaster ride. Yep. Roller coaster. Yep, that's this sign. Yes. And Aries is just it's renowned. It's known for their passion, their drive, their boldness, and their trailblazing qualities. And it can make loving them at times excruciating. Yes, because they are capable of leaving you in the dust. So I'm going to give you the top 10 reasons why it's sometimes painfully torturous to fall in love with an Aries. So strap in. You need like the double the double seatbelt for this particular video. So first, I would say it's their unstoppable and indomitable independence. And while that's sexy and that's exciting, um, I think that because they have such a strong drive to carve out their own path, they are oftentimes very unwilling to compromise their autonomy for anyone, even someone they really, really love and care about. So if you're someone who craves closeness and an interdependence, one French fry for you and one French fry for me, you're going to find that you're going to feel really left out. And you're going to watch your Aries charge ahead with or without you. So get on and ride. Don't wait for the invitation. Just grab on, hold on, and go. Because they have the most, they're ruled by Mars. They have the most need for freedom, which can create a sense of distance inside their partnerships. Even if this is your child, you're going to feel this. And they can leave you longing for this deeper, more soulful connection that just always feels like tomorrow, 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 tomorrow. And I think that is, and I'm a very independent person. So I'm a sister sign to this. So I get this. And I just know this can really hurt people's feelings. This can hurt the other zodiac signs' feelings. So there's also an impulsivity with these people that can really burn. It can just fry. And so the impulsiveness of Aries is kind of like a toddler. And it can be so delightful and so adorable. Think of 2-year-olds. It can be adorable, but it can also devastate you. And their spontaneous choices, keep life exciting, but they also have a propensity for making decisions without real critical thinking or considering all of the consequences to all of the people. They don't necessarily focus on, hey, what's the fallout going to be if I tell your secret, right? They don't calculate like that. They act first. So in love, this can mean like they're so impulsive, they can just have a change of heart. They woke up and their heart changed. They can be unpredictable and they can make declarations that came out of the blue. Like, I don't know if I want this relationship anymore. What? We just had the best night of our lives last night. And this can even be a really fast departure from the relationship. You can wake up one day and poof, they're gone. And one moment you're swept up and you're kissing on top of the Eiffel Tower in this passionate romance. And the next you're just like reeling from unexpected twists and turns with them. So the third thing I would say is their need to be first. Always. Always. Now, I have Aries in my life. And I'm going to tell you right now, you can train your Aries. How to train your dragon, how to train your Aries. You can, but you probably need a lot of Libra in your chart to be able to do this. You have to make them believe that they're getting their way, right? You also have to not take no for an answer. You also have to finesse yourself into changing the game from the inside, not from the outside or on top of them. You have to enter into their belief system, enter into their soul, enter into what they think, and then you play from there. Like you can get them to change course. It just you have to come from within their ideas, within their agenda. And it is better if it's spontaneous. Like, hey, what about if we go this way? This looks cool over here. They'll be a curious kitten and they will want to go over there. So, anyways, you can make a request in the comments if you want me to do what's so great about being in love with an Aries, because there's a lot of great things, especially if you're a little bit of a daredevil. I want to also invite you, please, to subscribe to my channel because I have tons of content. I have very advanced astrology on my channel. You can actually learn astrology. You can learn deep astrology, the truth of astrology on my channel. I have over 1,000 videos. I can't even remember how many I have. Maybe it's up to 2,000 now. But would you please like and subscribe and share this video with anybody who is struggling with their Aries, just so they can feel like, no, you have not lost your mind. You have not lost your marbles. You are not crazy, even though being involved with an Aries, they might make you feel so. So they need to be first always. And they don't like losing. They are really pretty poor losers, to tell you the truth. Aries thrives on competition. They thrive on playing the game. They thrive on dominating in the game. And if you have planets in the first house, especially Mars, oh my God, listen to this video. So they oftentimes, by the way, this series is going to be unedited. It's going to be raw and it is going to be real, and it's not going to have any graphics. It's not going to have any of that. So this is just free fun videos for you. I just wanted you to know that. So this is just stream of consciousness and what I can think of off the top of my head, speaking very, very quickly to you. So, Aries are the first to go, the first to try, the first to achieve, the first to be acknowledged, the first at something in their life. They go first. And they oftentimes want to be the strongest and the best in their family or in their circle or in their group or organization or the tribe that they affiliate with. And they have a really intense competition streak that can seep into relationships, making it feel like you're vying for their attention or their approval rather than building a real partnership in tandem. They're secretly competing with your salary. Yeah, they're secretly competing with your talent. They're secretly wondering if you're better than them and if they think you're better than them. And insecure Aries is, oh my God, so difficult. Maybe the most difficult sign in the zodiac, an insecure Aries. So if you are exponentially better than your Aries partner, Uh, don't be surprised if they can't handle it. They usually choose relationships where they're the, you know, where they're the best, where they're the better partner, and they usually pick lower hanging fruit. No offense, no offense to anybody who's involved with an Aries. But if you're involved with an Aries and you are truly better than them, I don't know, morally, you make more money, you're a higher performer, higher producer, you're a better athlete, you're a better student, you have a higher college degree, you're a brain surgeon, they're just, I don't know, they're just um, they read books for a living. I don't know. Not that that's a bad job. I'm just saying, if in your mind you're in the higher position and you're involved with Aries, are they insecure? Or go look at the rest of their chart, and do they have really, really strong, healthy placements? Did they have good parents that cultivated, you know, sweeter, softer, kinder, more loving, compassionate, empathetic side to them? And can they really not be insecure and allow you to be in all your glory? And if that's you, please, oh my God, leave your story in the comments, because everybody wants to hear, because this is a miracle. You are involved with a miracle. Yes, you are. Mm-hmm. Sorry, this is Thirsty Work and there's no edits. So I just want you to know that you might see little one-upmanships. You might see that they're a little reluctant to let you win at backgammon because you make more money than them. So they got to get you somewhere. You know, they might get you on the grill. Like, I'm a better grill master. I'm better at picking the movies. I'm setting the agenda. They will need to dominate. And if they're not healthy, this is absolutely exhausting for partners that need more harmony. Okay. The number 4, and I was tempted to put this as number 1, but their blunt honesty cuts so deeply. It really hurts. And they do not mince their words. I mean, they make a Sagittarius look sweet. Yeah. So while their honesty is so refreshing, one of my very best friends is an Aries. She is so honest. Oh my God. She's the one that says, no, that's not flattering. Yes, your butt looks too big in those jeans. Your makeup is ridiculous. Whatever it is, she'll tell me the truth. Like, why did you say that last night? You really didn't need to say that. Like, my Aries girlfriend will call me out. I actually love it. But I'll tell you something. I'm a pretty healthy human being. I will tell you that my other friends kind of struggle with her communication style. And so I kind of have to do one-on-one relationship with her, because sometimes my other friends will get their feelings really hurt, and they'll get their feelings hurt on behalf of me, where my feelings are definitely not hurt. I will say it was shell shocking for the first 10 years. It was like, I am going to get pelleted with truth bombs. And so it can be painful, and sensitive souls might find themselves wounded with this Aries lack of verbal filter, just like verbal vomit, vomiting out the truth. And their critiques really sting. I mean, they are a bullseye, right? Remember, I said they don't like to lose? No, they hit bullseye. They hit the bullseye truth. They will hit you in the Achilles, and they will laugh at how true the truth is. They will laugh so hard at how true the truth is. Like, you know, this didn't really happen, but like, Meredith, you know, the real reason why he dumped you. Okay, that was not funny at all. That didn't really happen. I'm just giving you an example. They don't even mean to hurt, but your feelings, but their commitment to truth takes precedence over tact. They don't have time for tact. They are always in a hurry. That brings me to number 5. They have a restless energy. And so they are so restless. They never sit still. They are energetic to the core all the time. They are always moving. They are always planning their next adventure. They're always seeking their next thrill. They are restless. And I will tell you, they are very rarely truly peaceful and satisfied. Now, my same girlfriend, I've known her for a very long time, 25 years. She is now, I would say, as almost a 60-year-old person, content, peaceful. It's taken a long time. So if you're somebody who really cherishes quiet nights or just a steady routine or a quiet person, you might find yourself totally overwhelmed with their relentless, go, 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 go pace. And it also, what they do is they find drama. So if they have nothing going on in their life and it's just peaceful and tranquil, they will stir up drama. They will find drama. They will find drama in the news. They will find drama with a friend. They will find drama with a neighbor, just so they can have the adrenaline rush, and the restless energy can go somewhere. So they have a need for perpetual motion that can leave you feeling all caught up and swept up in their drama. And then after years of this, you're just worn down to a nub and you're just like, I'm exhausted. I didn't even participate in my own life because I've been doing your restless energy. I'm tired. Yeah. So I'll tell you, number 6, they have a very short fuse. They can tolerate nothing, like snap. And they don't have, I'll just tell you, Aries is not Taurus, people. This is not the Taurus video. You have to wait for that. Patience is not an Aries virtue. They are known for their hot tempers. They're quick to ignite. They're quick to burn out. They're quick to end an argument when you're trying to make your very valid point. So arguments with an Aries can be explosive, and their emotions can be like a bomb going off. And while they usually, I'll just tell you, they don't even remember sometimes, they can forgive just as quickly as their volatility can be jarring, as quickly as they can snap. And if you're not used to this like raging bomb, and then the next day, what, aren't we fine? We're cool. It's all good. If you're not used to those living at the extremes, North Pole, South Pole, just the total extreme. Yeah. This can be emotional, like whiplash, and it can leave you raw. It can leave you so unsure, and you can be feeling like you're walking on eggshells forever. Okay, number 7, reflection. I think they have a lack of an ability to really do deep reflection. Now, the Aries that I know are a little bit older, and as they get older, they mellow out and they do more reflection. Also, this is for my advanced learners. When their Aries progresses, right? It progresses into the next sign. It is very interesting. It's Taurus. And so they get mellow and then they become Venus ruled, right? And so the progress chart can really help the Aries mellow out. And so Aries are always, 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 or if you have a lot of planets in the first house, if you have a lot of planets in the first house, like my brother has Mars in the first house and he's Pisces rising. This is not my Pisces brother. This is my Cancer brother. He does not dwell in the past very often. He is always, always, always planning, 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 future, 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 future. He can go to the past. I can walk down memory lane with him, but it usually takes a catalyst to go there. They are forward moving. They are like the shark. They only go forward. They do not turn around. And it might leave you as feeling like your shared history is not remembered, it's not cherished, it's not valued as much. And so if you want time to process and reminisce or heal, your past, you might find that Aries just wants to move off the subject and doesn't want to dwell in the depth. They don't want to dwell in the deep. They don't want to go down to the bottom of your soul. As I told you, my brother has Mars in the first house, and I'll call him and he'll be like, Mare, I'm just telling you right now, I cannot do conversation today down at the bottom of your soul conversation. And I'm like, please, 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 I have a really deep problem I want to talk to you about. And he's like, okay, I will give you. And then he gives me a certain very short amount of time to make my point. And he'll give me an answer and he wants to be done. He doesn't want to live down there in the murky mucky. No, 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 no. So closure on past wounds or slights can be elusive when your lover, right? Or your person or the person that you love. This could even be your child, like me, brother, whatever, friend, brother, is already racing towards the next horizon. Now, I have been involved. I have been involved with an unhealthy male Aries as a love, and it was torturous because of all of this. And he was really, really, really unhealthy, super unhealthy. I think very evolved Aries can be thrilling, but this is not the virtue video. If you want the virtue video, you have to like, subscribe, and comment, please. Please, please, please. My videos are getting a little bit suppressed. I don't know why. My channel, it's like 25 to 35% suppressed. So I would also really appreciate it if you would join my channel. It puts 10 cents in my pocket. It allows me to carve out time from my readings to do these YouTube videos. And it's really hard to sustain if I don't have a active membership, to really help support my channel. So if you would become a member, you get perks, you can go check it out on my join channel and you get a little badge. And I always answer, I should say, I always prioritize my members when answering questions. Okay. So number 8 is kind of a double-edged sword, but there's this all-consuming passion with Aries. And it's like there's no half with Aries. And their passion is intense and it's all encompassing, all consuming. And it can make you feel adored and cherished and desired at first. It can also be really overwhelming, super dramatic, super high octane, and it can even feel suffocating at time. The highs are dizzying and the lows are really low. And when their attention shifts or cools even briefly, it can be it can just feel literally like either the Sahara Desert, there's nothing here, or it can feel like the North Pole, like frozen tundra. And you might start, if you're involved with it, you might be getting addicted to the rush, and then you're just crushed by the crush. So, I want to also tell you number 9. Um, well, let me go back to that one. Number 8. It's like when they're missing, you can just feel it. You can feel the vacancy. And it is so painful because you gave your all to their mission, to their glory, to their passion. You supported it. You propped them up. You rooted them on. You were the cheerleader. You were the cook. You pitched the tent. You fetched for the water. You got right. You were the hunter gatherer for their mission and their glory. And then done. And they run out of steam fast too. They're the sprinter. They're not the long distance runner. The long distance runner is Sagittarius. So they're ruled by Mars, the god of war. They have a fearless, fearless pursuit of conflict. They will go straight into the war. My cousin, who I love dearly, I have an exact trine to his Aries son. I love him dearly. He said one of his biggest regrets, he was a Marine, one of his biggest regrets is that he got out of the army just a couple days before Desert Storm, and he wasn't able to go with his brothers into Desert Storm. And I was just like, you had 4 kids. You should be so grateful you didn't have to go. And he said, absolutely not. He just told me this a week ago. Okay. So they don't shy away from confrontation and they even seek it out. And I will say that that is so my experience. They poke at you to get you to reveal your side so they can combat it. And they believe conflict clears the air and keeps things straight, keeps things honest, and can convert you. So if they are picking a fight with you, they're trying to convert you to see their way and to dominate. But not everybody has this approach. I mean, Libras want diplomacy, right? Like they don't have any room for conflict. So if you prefer to keep the peace or be diplomatic and out of the fray and the drama, loving an Aries can feel like you're being drawn into the flames of the burning hot fire over and over and over. And you're going to have to learn to navigate these little battles that you never even wanted, wished for, or thought of. You have to be ready to fight. If you cannot stand up to your Aries, and tell me if you're involved with an Aries, do you stand up to your Aries? Can they dominate you? Do you let them dominate you all the time? Aries really respects, at the end of the day, somebody who can dish it out to the same degree that they can. They kind of want to meet their match, they want to meet their Xena, the warrior goddess, when they have their own superpowers. Like, bring it on, take it, come on. Like, they like that. And that's how I am with my cousin. We really go head to head. We are absolute opposites in some arenas in our life, and we butt heads. And I usually am the one that says, hey, 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 we care about each other more than either one of us wants to win this argument. So I'll stay in my lane, you stay in your lane, and then we have margaritas. So it's good to be able to sort of broker the deal around that. So I'll also say there is a constant, relentless, never giving up drive for self-improvement. They are always, 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 and this is a virtue. This can be a virtue, but I'm going to talk to you about the shadow side. They're always striving to be better, be stronger, be faster, be greater, be, smarter, be quicker, be healthier. And it can be even at the detriment of the relationship, because their ambition is so inspiring, but it can leave you feeling like you're not enough, right? Like that gentleman that I dated that was super unhealthy. I mean, he was actually psycho, didn't know it until about the fifth date. Anyways, the very first thing he did was, when I went to his house for the first time, he opened up his garage to show me his, like, for 8 cars that were like Maserati, Lamborghini, I don't know what else, Corvettes, all restored, all prize. And he even had a rack that had the cars up above and the cars below. I should have then been like, I don't think I can do this. Right. Like, it was so, I dominate. There is no way that I'm driving my SUV. I actually had a really fancy sports car at the time, but just one. And he had 8. Yes. So anyways, their ambition is inspiring, but it is daunting, and it can make you feel like you can't even play in their arena, or you just have to give it to them like, okay, you win that. And there, I also kind of feel like their relationship is just another, like, item on the list of winning, right? And oftentimes they do like trophies. They like somebody who looks good, is good, represents their brand. Yeah. If they're not self-developed. So remember, this is the shadow side. This is the shadow side. This is like what the painful pitfalls are in loving an Aries. And you're going to have to learn how to navigate and maneuver these things. So if you guys have tips and tricks on how to deal with these things, give it to us in the comments. Tell us your stories, because other people can learn. And by the way, please don't hate me for this, because I love my Aries and I get along with Aries really, really well. I have pretty thick skin. I know how to navigate Aries now. I am older and wiser, but in my 20s, this stuff destroyed me. This destroyed me. I did not have the self-confidence. I didn't have the self-knowing. I wasn't in my own personal greatness. I wasn't in my greatest self. I was wobbly. I was trying to figure out who I was. And so the Aries blows were kind of crushing at times. Not my family members, not my brother, and not my cousin, but those are different relationships, right? But the Aries in my life outside of my family were really, really hard. They left me always trying to catch up to them, or trying to be better than I was, or feeling insecure, or wondering if I even was a part of their future plans. Like, am I even good enough to be in your world, in your life? I mean, I don't have 8 Corvettes. I mean, I could buy, 5 houses with that kind of money. So I think that drive for self-improvement can leave a gap inside your relationships with your Aries. So I would say loving an Aries is an inspiring struggle. It's not for the faint-hearted. It requires walking across hot coals. It requires courage. You have to be adaptable. You have to be willing not to take everything seriously. You have to be willing to push back, fight back, stand up. You have to be willing to embrace the unknown. And the same qualities that make Aries so magnetic, their fire, their confidence, their zest for life, their quest, for personal improvement, it can make them really difficult to love too. But for those that can weather the storm of Aries, and dance in the flames of fire, right? The rewards can be exhilarating, and you will probably grow yourself. And in the end, it is passionate. It can be a passionate love affair, could be a fleeting passionate love affair, but it can be challenging. And I guarantee you, dating in Aries will be an unforgettable experience. And it will be, it's going to take a very, very resilient heart to stick with it. So I want to know, if you are an Aries and you are nothing like this, well, you probably have a lot of Pisces in your chart. You probably have a lot of Venus in your chart. And that's why we don't really do sun sign astrology. So come learn with me on my channel, learn deeper, more complex astrology, because you are not just your sun sign. You are a combination of 40,000 different things that we can see in the chart. If you want a reading with me or anybody on my team, just go to teamsoulnavigation.com. I have readings available. And also my team members are absolutely wonderful. You can get a reading with any one of us. Please like this video to push it out. Please leave a comment, subscribe, and join the channel. Thanks for listening. And I'll be back to do Taurus.